In this video, I will illustrate how to, in the dynamic rubric, copy the master rubric for each student into a separate sheet. So I will start here with the Names tab, the first sheet, which has the information of all the students. And the idea here is to open a sheet for each student containing the master sheet information. So this is the dynamic rubric. So you want to make a dynamic rubric for each student here, but I'm going to use the student numbers as the names of the different sheets because it just makes it easier for me so that I can use the student numbers also for the feedback. So how do I do this? Firstly, it's very important to make sure that the master sheet is the way you want it. It's the size you want it, the colors, and everything in here is checked and it works well. And once and you've saved it once as a PDF to see that it fits onto one page or 2 pages exactly the way you want to. So make sure that this rubric is perfect in the way that you want it. Otherwise, you need to change every rubric, every sheet that you have copied from here on further. So once you are happy that this sheet is exactly the way you want it, you can go back to the names. And let's start with the first one. You can double click on this number or you can copy it from the top there or highlight it there. So let's say I highlight it there. I use the shortcuts because you don't always have other options here. So I use the shortcut Control-C to copy. Now I've copied that number. I right click on the master sheet. So I don't open it. I just right click here at the bottom. And I say, now it does open automatically, it doesn't matter. I say move or copy this. I say take it to the end, create a copy, and OK. Now there I've got one more sheet that is exactly the same as the master sheet. Double click on this name here at the bottom and it will be highlighted. And Control-V, which means paste. So now I paste the number that I've copied from the name sheet and I have my first student's sheet is done. Then I continue with the next number, Control-C, right click on master, move or copy, move to the end, create copy, OK, double click on the name, Control-V, and I've got my second student's name up here. Okay, so as I've said and mentioned, there is also a way to do this through coding. So if you are a little bit more advanced and you're used to making macros or to do some basic coding in Excel, you can also do that. But for this example, I'm just trying to make it easy for a person who doesn't have that kind of advanced knowledge to still be able to manually just copy each student number and make a sheet for each student so that, well, you can go and score each student now. Look at this, all the information has been transmitted or copied into this sheet as well. Now this is the first student, there's the student number, and there is the student name that is drawn from here, from this list.